Welcome back to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate everybody tuning in this afternoon. Wanted to bring you a holster review about the Nate Squared Tactical Holster. Now, Nate Squared, fairly new on the scene. Holster making, they've been around a few years now, known for their quality, kind of innovative thinking, kind of unique to this design, so forth. They it came out with what they call their original or something like that, that is similar in design as far as the backing you see there on this holster, but it has like an elastic type system, retaining system that holds the actual firearm itself. Year ago, so they came out with their professional line, and this is what this one is. And this one is an injection molded plastic, hard plastic here with this backing. Now, this review I'm going to give you, because these holsters have been kind of reviewed quite often. If you see and can tell, this right here is for the M&P Shield, and if you look, this thing has been worn, and I try my best to wear things and test them out for a long time, or long enough to feel like I can give you an honest review about it. And that's what I'm going to do tonight about this holster. So, my thoughts: excellent quality. They come with a lifetime warranty. Everything's made in the USA, so forth. You can look them up, Nate Squared Tactical, as far as any information about the company itself. So what do we have here? If you notice this padding back here, that right there goes against your body. Now, this is like a top grain leather here. This is a suede style leather here, and then there's neoprene sandwiched in between the two, and then they come around the edge and they do this edging, so it's nice and clean. And it's embossed here with their Nate Squared Tactical. Their website is N82 Tactical.com. N82Tactical.com. The reason they have this name, how they kind of came up with that, they were two friends that both named Nate, and they started a holster business pretty much out of their garage kind of thing. Just wasn't happy with what was on the market at the time, so forth. So I didn't really like the original at all. I didn't even purchase it because I knew, based on the design, me personally, I wouldn't like that style of holster. I don't like a holster that I cannot reholster. And when that elastic, once you draw the firearm and it collapses, you cannot get your firearm back in it that easy. So I wanted something, so that's why I passed on them. I knew that the design looked comfortable, but I just didn't like the design. So this one came out. I said, I'm going to give this one a try. This one I think I will like. So you have this belt clip here. This one is tuckable. If you look, you could put this on and then tuck your shirt right there. And this one has a built-in retention system, and I'm try giving honest reviews and kind of give the good, bad, everything in between, in my opinion. And it's just that, my opinion. And I've worn this holster probably close to a year now. Summer wear, winter wear, all seasons in between, hot, cold, and so forth. Is it comfortable? Absolutely. 2 thumbs up for comfortable. However, for me personally, it's got a few drawbacks, and that's the thing. I have yet to find the perfect holster that is comfortable, and it fits all my needs as far as the way it draws and so forth. Here's where I'll go ahead and tell you, because I already tell you it's excellent quality. It's great comfort. I can literally put this on and get on the riding lawnmower and bounce around the yard and forget it's there, really. So again, 2 thumbs up for comfort and quality and all that with that portion of the holster. If you look, it actually, this one's kind of deformed and stuff. That's actually good. It starts forming to your body after you wear it. And this one has done the same. You can see where the indentions are and all that. You can see down here at the bottom where it's kind of bent. That's where it obviously goes down further, and then it pushes up, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. It starts forming to your body and make it even more comfortable than when you bought it. All right, so where do I see the issues as far as me personally? The one issue that I have, you hear it click, all right, just like that. Now, with it out of the not being worn, so it's not inside the pants right now or anything like that, to get this holster, get this firearm out of this holster, you have to break or get past the retention system, because see, if I pull, it's not coming out. Excellent. You know, I don't mind a retention system. If you're going hands-on with somebody and you are not in a position to need to draw your firearm just yet, and you're rolling around trying to protect yourself, fighting a person or whatever, you don't want your firearm falling out and all of a sudden now you got a gun in a fight that didn't need to be there. So I like a retention system. However, I also like to be able to draw fast, smooth, everything that goes along with concealed carry and personal protection when you're utilizing a firearm for that. All right, so to make this firearm come out, I have to twist this thing this way. So you have to twist it down, and it gets past this little, there's a little hump right inside of here. So I have to twist it and then pull out. So you cannot get, and because this is against your body right here real tight, you can't get a good solid grip. And even if I did get a good solid grip, which is, you know, the standard grip you would see, finger outside where the trigger guard would be and so forth, straight, and then you try twisting, it is very hard to do that. And especially when this is pressed up against your body, when it's tight, especially when you've got a nice tight, good belt on. All right, so that's you know, I don't say it's a deal breaker because I've worn this for a year now, and but I will say this, that's one, if you want to call it an issue, that's where I see as a potential negative. All right, but on the flip side, it's a positive because of the retention. So you got to practice drawing this, and what I found is I take my thumb and just barely put it on this edge here, and then I just take my fingers, not a grip, but just take my fingers, if I can get this on camera, so it would look something like this, and I just kind of twist and push, and I pull the gun up just enough to get that grip, then I pull the firearm out. So that's how I would do it, is you just grab it and this corner, and then down here with a couple fingers and get it past the retention and then pull it out. It's not that big a deal. You can practice it. I just want to tell you the negative about it. It is not a holster where you can really get a good purchase on it straight from a firing position or firing type style grip. You're going to have to kind of, you know, maneuver it out and then get it out and get that grip. It can be worked around if you practice it enough. The only thing that concerns me, body alarm responses and so forth, if you look at some old police videos around holsters with retention, usually like on your dash cam cameras, a lot of times you'll see them kind of jerking at that holster because they had a retention. Well, kind of the same thing. You got to really be cognitive in a panic situation of getting this thing out, practicing. So again, practice, train with your equipment to make sure that you are comfortable with it. So the other issue I might have is this clip here. Now, it's a good quality clip, don't get me wrong. It is, when they first came out, they were kind of, when you got to tighten this screw down pretty tight, because what I did was I tightened it down and then I was able to turn this. You want it to be this tight where you can barely, you can hear it, you know. And I think they actually, I don't say a recall, but they added like a little rubber washer in here to make sure it didn't come loose. So here's my problem with this style clip. One day I was bending down, doing something, picking up things, and all of a sudden my holster rode up. It actually had come unclipped off my belt and pants and rode up, and didn't fall out because I had my shirt and everything over it, but I knew that it had ridden up high. Now, if you are under what I call deep concealment, let's say maybe you're carrying kind of covertly at work or something like that, and you don't want anybody to know that you've got a firearm on, if that happened to ride up at the unopportune time while you're helping your boss, unload something out of his, 2 or 3 things out of his car, kind of a bad situation. So my suggestion to Nate Squared would be to look at one of the a different style clip option, and or one of the not Kydex, one of the biothane strapping type systems. I don't think you could pull it off with a single strap, but if they could figure out a way to add something somehow to make where this thing could actually use the straps that fold over and snap. That may be an option they can add later to a different type or something. A lot of holster makers now are offering either a clip version and or the biothane. Usually they're biothane, sometimes they're leather straps with the snaps. So that's kind of that situation. So that's my 2 negatives, if I have one, is this clip. It's not, it can come undone. The thicker your belt is, and it can grab hold in that section there. If you wear like a thinner dress belt or something, because a lot of times you just can't wear a thicker gun belt. If you're getting dressed up, you just need a dress belt, and they're just not that thick a lot of times. So you have to be careful with your belt selection. Again, it didn't happen often, but it happened a few times since I've been wearing it with some activity, especially bending down. I don't know if it just kind of was pushing against my leg here and somehow or my hip area and then slid up like that. That's the only thing I can figure. But anyway, it's excellent quality. It's very comfortable. If you can kind of figure out some of the what I consider negatives and understand them, I want everybody to understand what you're getting when you get the holster itself. But if I had to give it a 10 being the perfect holster, which I don't think there's one, I've yet to find one that's just perfect with comfort and all those things, and 10 would be the perfect holster. I give this one probably, I'll take off 2 points for the little 2 things that I had an issue with. And again, they're not, issues, but they are a little issues. Take off 2 points, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. So that's a pretty high ranking considering I don't think they make a 10. But if you guys are looking for a very comfortable holster, this should be one to consider. I typically don't give pricing in my reviews because pricing changes, and I don't want somebody to say, I saw your video with that pricing, is what's wrong. They could have price increase, they could be running a sale, it could be cheaper, retailers could mark them down, whatever. So I don't give pricing. You look it up on their website, look around. But this one is the professional model, and this one's for the M&P. They make all kinds of sizes for all different types of pistols, and so you just need to kind of look and see what fits your particular firearm. But anyway, guys, if you get a chance and you're looking for a comfortable holster, may want to consider these guys now that you know the 2 little things that I found. I think I could work around this. Matter of fact, I saw a guy, he contacted me, and I'm going to see if I can get one. He makes a clip. That's all he makes on his website. He's not a company per se. He does make one product, which is a clip, and it's a locking style clip that I'm going to look at maybe changing this out, because he talks about that, not on this particular holster, but you can change this style clip out for one of his, and you would like it much better because of the retention. I may consider that with this holster. Again, the drawing, I've practiced enough that I'm pretty good at again, the method that I found, like, again, just doing the thumb and the 2 fingers, getting it past it, and then grabbing it out like that. Works fine for me. I'm okay with that, but I just wanted to say, because of the retention, that's what you have to do. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, post those below. If you have any experience with this particular holster, I'd like to hear from you guys. You can share that information with us. And as always, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be bringing you another video shortly, guys. Have a good day.